This one is, am I the astronaut for not switching seats on a 9-hour flight? I, 26 female, had a flight from Rome, Italy to New Jersey yesterday. It was 9 hours long and I have work today, so I had picked a window seat so I could easily sleep the whole time to prep for work. After I sat down, buckled in, and got ready to sleep, a man about 45 tapped me on the shoulder and said, "You wouldn't want to switch seats with my girlfriend, would you?" The seat was in the middle of the middle aisle, and I knew it would be impossible to sleep there. I politely said no, I'd like the seat I had chosen. If it had been a child, I probably would have switched, but these two were middle-aged people. They definitely could have bought seats next to each other if they really wanted to, but instead got random ones and hoped people would switch. Anywho, I stay in my seat. The girlfriend, also 45-ish, proceeds to stand up hourly and glare at me from her seat several rows away. When she sees I'm not giving it any attention, she proceeds to come over to his seat hourly and sit on his lap and talk very, very loudly, waking me up 5 separate times. It should be noted that the lights are out in the cabin at this point and everyone is trying to sleep. Flight attendants keep telling her to move. She persists. After the flight, we are deboarding and she winds up behind me. She's loudly talking shit about me for not switching seats, saying I ruined her flight. I must stress again that she's 45. Her seat was in a much cheaper area than mine. They could have bought seats next to each other, but might not have wanted to spend the money. The man revealed to me while we were flying that they didn't sit next to each other on their first flight either, so this lack of planning seems to be their usual move. Am I the astronaut for not switching seats? I wanted to sit in the one I paid for that was in the area I chose, and I don't understand why a middle-aged woman is throwing a hissy fit over her own choice of seats. If it were a child and parents separated, I probably would have done it due to the flight being 9 hours, but I don't think their lack of planning and choice of cheaper seats should have been made to be my problem. I don't get why I was in the wrong for wanting to sit in my seat. Am I the astronaut? Hell no. Hell no. NTA here, OP. No. The funniest part about all this, the most hypocritical part about all this, is that she's talking shit as you're deboarding, saying that you ruined my flight. Well, guess what, bitch? You ruined the flight for everyone in that area because the lights were out, everybody was trying to rest, and you came over and talked loudly enough to where the whole effing plane could probably hear you. You ruined it for a lot more people than it was ruined for you. Also, in a vacuum here, no changes in anything. That's where you ended up, right? It was the choices that you made, not you being OP, you being loud gal, the choices that you made about where you were going to sit are to blame here. You have yourself to blame here. No one else to blame here but you, or maybe your boyfriend, for not getting seats together. You cannot put that on other people. They don't owe you anything. You're not entitled to their seat. You're not entitled to a more expensive seat. You're not entitled to that person giving you money or giving you a bigger value than what you paid for and them taking lesser value, which is the same thing as them giving you money. You're unentitled to shit. And you sure as shit aren't entitled to berate them because they wouldn't do that for you. Hell no.